Welcome to Collector Craving. Are you getting into D&D? We're going to take a look at the starter set from the Dungeons and Dragons and also the spell cards from Dungeons and Dragons. These are two items that I think starters could do with. You don't necessarily need the cards, but I think having them as a visual representation in front of you is extra helpful. So let's get started right now. Alright, so you get the starter set, which contains some dice, some starter character sheets, and also the starter rulebook and the starter missions or campaign guide. Alright, so let's have a quick look in here. So, pop that over to the side. So you get the dice. Very nice. You get all of them except the D100. Okay, so the D100 will have the 10, 20, 30, so on and so forth. You get the starter rulebook that has the how to play, combat, adventuring, spellcasting, all the things you need to know just to start off with. It's not overly complicated. It keeps it nice and simple so you don't get overwhelmed. Now, after you've done with this, you would get the player's handbook, which tells you a lot more, helps you get all your characters created and so forth. You get the Lost Mines of Phandelver. So this is the missions book or campaign guide. It tells you, part 1, Goblin Arrows, Phandalin, and so on and so forth. So that will tell you, what you've got to do if you're going to be the DM, your maps and all that stuff. So that's super helpful too. You don't have to try and make one up yourself if you not if you don't know how to. So you get some pre-made character sheets. So have a quick squiz here. So you'll get the cleric soldier is his background, and he's a hill dwarf. Then you'll get level 1 fighter, who's a noble background human, a wizard, high elf wizard, acolyte background, chaotic good, another bolt hero, human fighter, lawful good, and a lightfoot halfling rogue, who's criminal and neutral alignment. So that will help you get started. You won't have to spend the first 2 hours of your experience creating a character, which is half the fun when you get used to it, but when you first start, it's very daunting and you're flicking through your handbook and whatnot, so it can be a bit crazy. Okay, and also your characters will have spells and stuff that they can use. Now, that's why I reckon these come in handy. Now, there is other sets you can get for the warrior and the cleric and whatnot. But these ones are it's just general arcade spells. So it contains 257 durable laminated cards for all wizards, warlock, and sorcery cantrips spells from level 1 to 9. So there's quite a few in there. Look, there's another whole pack, which happy days. Okay, so this is what they look like. These ones are just blank. I'm assuming that's so you can make your own spells or use it for something that you don't have that comes with this set. So you have Acid Splash, Bard, Blade Ward, do Booming Blade, okay, and they're quite thick. You can see they're probably about the same as a Magic card or Pokemon card or any TCG card, but because they've got that laminate on it, the laminate makes it a bit thicker and a bit more durable. As you can see, there's a bit of a marking on there, which is probably from the box or something, I don't know. But anyways, so then you can keep these in front of you on the desk, and you won't have to try and remember what the spell does. Now, you only have a certain amount of room on your character sheet for things, so sometimes you might not be able to fit it on there. That's why these cards come in handy. You can also use them to represent what you've used or what you're taking for the day. So if you've used your acid splash, you could just flip it over. Boom, you've used that. And you know that you can't use it again until your next rest or whatever. So I think they're really handy for a new player who's just starting off and you know, might need a few extra things to help them keep track. Obviously, if you've been playing for quite some time, you're going to be used to it and you're going to know what to do and where to do it. Alright, so anyway guys, that's what I think you should start off with when you start Dungeons and Dragons. Obviously, you don't need to have these things. You could easily just start off with a piece of paper and, you know, a character and go for it. But if you're going to pick up a few things, I recommend these two. Alright, as well as your character or whatever you're going to use. Okay guys, thanks for watching. Like and subscribe if you want to see some more content, and we'll see you next time.